Good afternoon, Charlotte. My name is Zach Tarleton. I'm your host for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us for our final episode of QC Quarantine Concerts. It has been a pleasure to bring these episodes to you over the past 10 weeks, virtually from my home to your home and everywhere else. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited about our special episode today and our guests that we have on. But before we start, I always start with a piano introduction. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that right about now. This is a song from a musical that I love. The song is called I Miss the Music. It's from the musical Curtains. And while I will not be bringing these to you live every weekend like I have been, I'm excited to share this with you. I will miss that music, but I know that we will still find ways to connect and stay together virtually, and then we can get back to the theater. So with a little bit of I Miss the Music from Curtains, let's begin our last episode. And with that, while we still have a little bit more time together today to bring us just a few more songs before we close our cameras, join me in welcoming Miss Janeta Jackson. Janeta, thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, Zach. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here today.
It is a pleasure to have you. It is also great to have seen you in so many shows around the Charlotte theater region. But I know you know your own work better than I do. So tell us a little bit about yourself and where we would have seen you in the community.
Okay, well, I've been in and out of Charlotte over the past 5 years, but I've been here for about 2 years consistently. And I do most of my work with children's theater. I am mainly known for my role as Mary Poppins over there at Children's Theater. I've done a few shows over there. Ella's Big Chance was a premiere that they did. I've done Matilda there. A lot of I don't want to like miss any, but I've done most of my shows there. One of my favorites that I've been doing every year is the Best Christmas Pageant Ever. So I've done that for the past 2 years. And I've also worked with Actors Theater of Charlotte. And that was my first time working with them was earlier this year. They cast me as Billie Holiday for the production of Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. That was quite a role, quite a production. So I'm very I was honored to be a part of that. And I've done work with CPCC. Last year I did Beehive with them. And I've also done work with the Dilworth Players. I was Dolores Van Cartier in Sister Act.
Yes. So you have been all over Charlotte with all the incredible roles. If you missed Janeta's performance in Mary Poppins, you missed a fantastic show. You were absolutely incredible in that role. When you flew out over the audience at the end of the show, I cried. Just full disclosure, that's what happens. That's how I am. But it was magical. It was beautiful. And we are so lucky to have you in this community. So thank you so much for sharing your time and your talents with us over the past several years. And then thanks for coming on here today to share.
If it makes you feel any better, I cried after every show. I cried after every single show.
That makes me feel a little bit better. So to start us off with a nice little bit of kind of lighthearted musical theater with some Starlight Express. I love this song. I love that you're bringing us something that we have yet to hear on this show. Tell me a little bit about why you picked this song to sing today.
Well, I kind of wanted some balance, and I wanted to start with something fun and something that, you don't really hear a lot of. And I was in college the first time I heard this song, and I was like, I've never heard of that musical. Like, what, what is it? But the rendition that I heard was just really fun. And I'm like, I like that. So I just felt like it was just a good way to just start the show.
It is. Well, go ahead. Take it away. Kick us off with One Rock and Roll Too Many.
All right. One rock and roll too many, one night's sleep too few, too much ringing the bell takes its toll out on you. The sound's too loud, the lights are too bright, my chains are too heavy and my pants are too tight. One rock and roll too many takes its toll out of you. One rock and roll too many, one more joint put out. One more flick of the wrist makes you twist and shout. There's too many strokes and laser beams, we got too many nightmares and not enough dreams. One rock and roll too many takes its toll out of you. One rock and roll too many, and I can't hear no more. What do you say? I can't hear nothing. What did you say? 'Cause I can't hear nothing. I can't hear nothing. What did you say? I can't. Seriously, did you say something? No? Oh, okay. Well, one rock and roll too many takes its toll out of you. Woo.
Awesome work. And that is the way to kick off a show. That is fantastic. I got to pop over to one of our comments here from Iris, who we had on a few weeks ago, because this is pretty great. My gorgeous Billy Poppins, because what a way to combine all the roles of completely different personalities into one person here. I love it. It's fantastic. So I don't
know why I'm so nervous. I'm like shaking. What's wrong with me?
You do not need to be nervous at all. This is nothing compared to doing Billie Holiday or Mary Poppins. This is, you're in your own house, so you didn't have to go anywhere. You're already in hair and makeup ready to go. So I'm really curious. I do want to talk a little bit about your role kind of at Actors Theater, because I know that just the production shots of that show were absolutely incredible. I, of course, was one of those people that like waited too late to buy my ticket. And then, of course, it was like always sold out, which clearly I've done way too many times in Charlotte. But it looked amazing. The clips that Chip shared, you sounded incredible. What was it like to bring such kind of a heart-wrenching role to the stage?
Oh my goodness. All the feelings come to mind. First, it was a little bit of nervousness, because I'm like, could I really, do, Billie Holiday? She went through so much in life, and I'm not quite as old as she was when this time is portrayed, but it was just very just disheartening and fulfilling, and just to tell her stories through her eyes. There were happy moments, funny moments, depressing moments, scary moments. But it really, I said it earlier, it was really just an honor to be able to bring that to life and to pull something out of me that I had never really tapped into before.
For sure. And I love the way that Actors Theater chose to portray that show, still with kind of that cabaret seating, with the stage and the band on stage there to support you. I think that's such a cool environment, and kind of a very different type of role than your proscenium stage, traditional fourth wall that you don't break production. So something that's Super cool. I'm so glad you got that opportunity. And I know that you're going to have many, many, many more opportunities like that to play those kind of incredible roles. But this next song you're going to sing is another one. And I know when we were doing our sound check before, I said, I wish you could play this role sometime because it's a great role for you. It's a great song, great show from The Secret Garden. And again, kind of another one of those kind of characters, even if it is from kind of a book, just about kind of the same similar kind of themes, and how do we kind of conquer those things and through that sadness and that sorrow and find joy and light. I know you shared a little bit with me about this song when you picked it, but I want to kind of let you share why you chose this song today.
I chose this song. The first time I heard it, it made me cry. I couldn't imagine, someone feeling these feelings in the emotion that they could be going through. But last year, I lost my mother. And so I just kind of imagine my mother singing this song to my dad and to me and my siblings. It's just a song for left behind loved ones.
Awesome. That is beautiful. And I'm going to try not to cry now. And I know you're going to try not to cry as you sing it.
Listen, I'm almost there.
But with a little bit of How Could I Ever Know from The Secret Garden. Take it away, Janeta.
Thank you. Whew. How could I know I would have to leave you? How could I know I would hurt you so? You were the one I was born to love. Oh, how could I ever know? How could I ever know? How can I say to go on without me? How, when I know you still need me so? How can I say not to dream about me? How could I ever know? How could I ever know? Forgive me, can you forgive me? And hold me in your heart, and find some new way to love me, now that we're apart. How could I know I would never hold you? Never again in this world. But oh, sure as you breathe, I am there inside you. How could I ever know? How could I ever know? Okay.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I knew I would need my box of Kleenexes at some point in this concert series, and I have never brought them out. And clearly today was the day I needed it. That was beautiful, Janeta. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
I'm going to give you a little second to recover. I'm going to kind of pop you out for a second, make a few announcements. I'll be right back. We'll take a few seconds. What an incredible afternoon with Janeta today. I don't think I could say it any better, but just songs from the heart, and it is so beautiful to be able to share that this afternoon and to have that. I do just want to remind you that even though this is our last episode today, all of our episodes will be on our website at qcconcerts.com, and then also on our Facebook page, QC Quarantine Concerts. So if you missed an episode, if there's something that you want to go back and rewatch, feel free to go back and check those out. They're going to be there. There's a lot of great kind of content out there, wonderful stories, wonderful performances, and just a lot to kind of keep us going while we're still in quarantine until we can get back to the theater. So something to kind of keep in mind as we look to the future as far as when we may be able to return to the theater, what that may look like, and just kind of that journey going forward. But for now, I kind of want to give Janeta a little bit more of a break. I'm going to play a little bit more on the piano before we get back to Janeta. This is a song from a show that I love. Again, it has so many layers, so many meanings, but the words to the song I think are super important. The song is called We'll Meet Tomorrow from the Titanic, and the opening lines are it will meet tomorrow, we will find a path and reach tomorrow, past this day of wrath. We'll be together once again, cling to your hope and prayers until then. And I think that right now that can apply to so many things beyond just the situation we're in, beyond just not being able to go back to the theater, but more importantly, where we're at in our country right now and these events that are happening. I know that it's something that many people have gotten on social media to talk about. Many people have begun to reach out and find ways to build those bridges. And I think that it's so important that we recognize that Black Lives Matter, that we have a place for those voices in our community, in our theaters, and just continue to reach out, build those bridges, listen with our hearts, and continue to provide inclusive and safe spaces for them in our community. And I think that's so important now more than ever, and something that we need to make sure that we always keep in the forefront of our minds. So with a little bit of this, we'll be back in with Janeta in just a second, but here's a little bit of that song. Thank you so much again for spending some time with us this afternoon. We're going to pop back over to Janeta now. We have one more song she's going to sing for us, and then we're going to wrap things up today. But I'm so grateful that she's here. Janeta, thank you again for joining us this afternoon. I could not imagine closing our series with a more incredible artist, vocalist, and performer. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart for sharing your gifts with us this afternoon. It is wonderful, wonderful. I still can't believe that this is the first time I've actually ever met you or worked with you. That's a sad thing for me, because clearly we need to change that in the future. So we're gonna work on that for post 2020. So a little bit about this next song you're going to sing. For those of you that know Janeta, that follow her on social media, when I asked her to sing a third song, she was like, I'm going to reach out and see kind of what people may want me to sing. And I was like, you are a brave soul for being like, I'm going to sing what you want to sing.
Crazy is the word, crazy.
But the verdict was out. They came back with Defying Gravity from Wicked, and you're going to do it. I love it.
I guess so.
And you shared with me that you've not performed this song before, so ever. So for the first time, world, here we go. Janeta Jackson, Defying Gravity from Wicked. Take it away.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes and leap. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you won't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change. Until I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner buy defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye and defying gravity, and you won't pull me down. Unlimited, my future is unlimited. And I've just had a vision, almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy, and it's true, the vision's hazy. But I swear someday I'll be flying so high, defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity, and you won't pull me down. So if you care to find me, just look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. To those that ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how I'm defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all the land, no officer, no president, is ever gonna bring me down.
Incredible. You did it.
I did.
That was awesome. Oh my goodness. You're gonna have to go back and look at some of these comments coming in here. But I gotta throw it up to our Allie Joseph, who was real excited that you sang one of her votes also.
Allie voted 3 times.
So all 3 of her votes seem to have counted in there. So I know that she's super, 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 super excited about that. That was incredible, Janeta. Thank you so much. What has it been like kind of for you, before we wrap things up here, as an artist during this time, not being able to perform, having things kind of in limbo land? Kind of what would you say that you are looking forward to getting back to the theater to do, and how will this time kind of change you as an artist?
I mean, I'm excited for things to I would say get back to the way that it was, but if I can quote a line from Ragtime, we can never go back to before. Um, we just have to get used to a new normal. But to be quite honest, I mean, it's one thing to not be able to perform on a stage, but if you're a creative, it's something that you still have to get out of you. So I've spent a lot of this quarantine time just making parodies. I don't know if you saw my Hamilton video, and I'll just record videos, or some things I'll do and I won't even post. I just need to get it out of me. So I've still been performing. I've also been teaching during this time. I do voice lessons and performance coaching. So that's another way that I've been utilizing my time. And I'm grateful for the students who are, investing that time into continuing to develop their craft so that when we do get things back up and running, they'll be ready. But I look forward to being on somebody's stage sometime soon. There's still some pending contracts that are up in limbo because they don't know what the theater season is going to look like. So so we'll see. I'm just happy to still be able to perform in any venue. And I do want to encourage our performers. I think it's important for us to understand that we do not solely base our value in what we can produce for others. So just because we're not performing at a theater does not mean that we don't still have something to offer, if not even to the world, to ourselves. So I just want to make sure that I shared that with everyone.
I think that is so important. I could not think of a better way to say that. You are so right, and I think that's something that kind of I really had to learn during this time as well. I had, of course, shows that were canceled during this time. Some future projects, whose dates have been changed, several times. But just finding those little ways to keep that going. Whether it's just for yourself, for your own heart, your own spirit, your own mental health, and then also just to keep building your tool set. I believe that we can never stop learning. We will never stop growing. And so any opportunity we have to seize those moments will only make us stronger. So thank you so much, Janeta. It has been a pleasure to spend this afternoon with you. For everybody that joined us over the past 10 weeks of these concerts, I could not be more appreciative. Just the talent we have in this community, the spirit that we have that's keeping these arts alive during this time is absolutely incredible. And I cannot wait to see where our community is going to go in the future. So from me, from Janeta, from everybody else that's been on here to make this happen, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. And with that, we're going to wrap up our final episode. Janeta, any other final thoughts for us before we go?
No, I'm just so happy that you reached out to me for this and to close out the series. I'm amazed at what you've been able to do and utilizing your gifts to create and to provide opportunities for all of us to still use our gifts and to share them with everyone. So thank you so much for this outlet.
Thank you so much. And be on the lookout again for some more stuff coming. It won't be live episodes. It'll start to look a little different, but be on the lookout. We're not done. We're going to keep kind of pressing on and seeing where things take us in the future. So from all of us here, from my house and your house, all the way out there, thanks so much for joining us. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks, Janeta.
Thank you.